is very special because it's kind of the next step in the journey that we started together in my Strata amenity room back in February. And, you know, that's when I announced that I was going to run for City Council. And tonight we're kind of entering the last phase of this marathon that's going to take us right to November 15th. And the campaign team has been working very hard to create awareness and to help us succeed, and I really want to recognize them tonight as well.
Yay!
I also wanted to recognize many of you who have really encouraged me to do this and inspired me and acted as mentors to me. And for me, like, that's really meant a lot, and I really appreciate that. So thank you very much to all of you. So since February, I've had the opportunity to represent the community as the chair of the Low-Level Road and Port Area Community Liaison Committee, as the sole resident member of the Central Waterfront Committee on the brand development. And, you know, in these roles, I've really done my best to share perspectives, my perspectives as a resident, but also the things that I heard from you as my neighbors. And especially on the waterfront, I really want to be sure that we will have a public space that's not only a centerpiece for the city, but it's also something that serves citizens. So we're here together tonight. You know, there's a great group of us, and what I wanted to do was share a story from my childhood, kind of hoping that I could share that with you and you could come to get to know me a little bit better. So I have one brother, and when we were little kids, we'd play a game with my dad, who's here tonight actually as well.
Hey!
And my mom is here as well. And this game was called Rules. So usually what you would do is, you know, we play this game after kind of saying our prayers and before falling asleep. And, you know, I don't know if it was my brother and I were trying to find an excuse not to go to bed, or a really smart dad trying to trick us into knowing what the rules were. But we played this game. And so the way you play rules is you propose a rule, and then you kind of critique it as a group. And, you know, you look at the rules, you say, why does this rule make sense? Why is this rule bad? You know, how can we tweak this rule to make it make more sense for our family? And then you're doing that kind of to add it to this imaginary list of rules. And I see some irony in that now as I run for City Council. but let me share some of the rules with you. So one rule, and I hope I don't make Dad laugh at this, one rule I remember is that my brother and I, we should never hit each other on the head.
That's important.
Yeah, that's good.
These were, yeah. So obviously, you know, we weren't supposed to fight anyway, and we were good kids, seriously, and you can ask them after. But that was one rule, so that gives you kind of a flavor. Another rule was that we should never leave anything on the stairs. So books, toys, these things should all be put away. And here again, you know, we'd talk about why was this important? And, you know, we'd be there and, you know, my brother would be like, well, you know, we don't want Mom to trip on something and fall down the stairs, or you, or anyone. And I guess when I look back at these kind of innocent and kind of fun rules that we proposed, you know, maybe the most important thing about making these rules for our family, which really is just a micro community, is that it was critical to care about those you were impacting, to listen to each other, to consider the facts, to have a discussion, and then come to a final conclusion that was just for all. And you know, I think that's exactly what I'm asking of you. For your support to be able to listen to you and represent you for the next 4 years. And yes, municipal terms now are 4 years, not 3. So, one thing I want to really leave you with is that I really believe, and I firmly believe that all of you, all of us, we all have a voice, and that voice deserves to be heard and respected. And I think now more than ever, we need our city representatives to respect, listen to, and act on the concerns of the community. And it would be my honor to do this for you.
Hey!
just like to say some thank yous because a lot of folks have done a lot of work here. And I'd just like to thank the campaign team again for making this happen. Marianne Henkin and Greg Galloway, thank you so much.
There's a leak. I see it right there.
It smells
I'd
like
like
good
to thank my wife Elena, who's put up with a lot
I don't
of
think it's
late
beer.
nights. And then just a final thank you to the folks at Greenleaf. I've really appreciated this. Thank you very much. And then lastly, to again all of you for your continued support. Really heartfelt for me. Thank you.